standard. So, just worrying about internally what we're doing, not our opponent or anything, just play Bama football.
How do you get back to playing to that standard, do you think?
Just really take heed and take pride in the small things, small details. Don't get bored with the basics. And, coming to practice every day, working your butt off every day, and just doing the small things right. We have TNT signs, take no talent. You make a mistake out of play, you get a flag, anything, just take no talent, run to the sign, touch the sign. We got to get back into that and just, accept an ownership and stuff. We got to own up to it, accept it, flush, and go 1-0 next play.
As an older player, just how do you and the other leaders kind of rally the troops after 2 losses now?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. In general, 2 losses that we probably shouldn't have had. I mean, it's you can't accept that in any way. You can't understand it in any way. I mean, you got to understand from inside. We lost those games. Bama lost those games. Nobody beat us. So there were 2 good teams still, but we beat ourselves. And to the Bama standard, Bama doesn't really lose 2 games, especially not before November. So just rallying around, knowing what we have to do, get back to it. We just talked as a unity council, as a leadership council. Young guys aren't young guys anymore. Everyone's got to step up in their shoes. Everybody's got to know what they're doing. I mean, that's for leaders also. Everybody's just got to do their role to the best of their ability.
From an offensive standpoint, what's maybe the key point of emphasis this week?
Key point of emphasis, just like I said, don't get bored with the big things, do the small things right. We got to run the ball super efficient just so we can open up the pass game, and then when we get the pass game going, keep it rolling, keep it moving. We have a lot of good players on the outside, a lot of good players in the box, up front, outside on the receivers, good quarterback, so we got to just, play to our strengths and be able to do it all right. I jumped over a guy. The next play, I didn't do my best job. What now? What are you going to do now? So you kind of just got to go back up because every play has a journey of its own. Every play is 1-0 at its own. So you got to just take one play at a time.
Quick question about the jumping over the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get ahead of steam with the ball in your hand, I don't ever see DBs try to hit you high.
No.
They're always going for the ankles. Is that kind of where the jump? You get tired of that?
Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, obviously, I'm a bigger dude. Not a lot of people want to tackle me. Not that they could tackle me. I strive. My coach strives on me. I try to strive that I'm not going to get tackled by the first person, at least not by only one person. So, someone's going to jump low, I got to jump because I'm not going to keep getting hit in the legs because they don't want to hit me high.
You're below the knees, you take a pounding.
Yeah.
Jeremy was just talking about kind of tightening up some of the details there in terms of going to meetings on time. Just how much has that been the message this week from the coaches?
Yeah, everything. I already said, we got to kind of just take details in the small things. Don't get bored with the basics. Get back to what we're supposed to wear, shirts tucked in, 5 minutes, 10 minutes early to meetings, not all this late stuff, not doing what you want to do. Just little things like that. I mean, carry over to the football field because then what if you take one wrong step, one wrong thing, it just all carries over. So you got to act everything all throughout the day, going to class on time, everything the same thing like you would want to do in the football field.
Sorry if you've been asked this already today, but just on film from Missouri's defense, what's kind of stood out so far, and how are you guys trying to exploit them?
Yeah, I focused up on the up front so far, so I know they have a good defensive end, but we've played pretty good defensive ends the last 2 weeks with South Carolina and Tennessee. So just preparing for that, preparing for all their moves, and I'm going to move into the secondary probably today. So just understand what they do. They have a pretty close scheme to what we do. Same coaches in the past that worked with Coach Walmack. So just understanding that and understand what they do is the similar and working off of that.
Has there been kind of a message, maybe has Coach Walmack kind of shared things with the offense a little bit, knowing he's got that close relationship?
Not really, but it's not really that I know of. But it's really more just asking the players, like asking somebody on the defense, like, oh, what do you do if you see this look, or what do you see in my tells that give something away when we're at practice? Because that's just going to help me get better and help our offense get better, so I won't give that away, and they could tell me what I should look for against their defense when we go up against them.
Thank you.
Sounds good.